Hello everyone, this is Python in one shot. Let's begin the video. Python is an interpreted, object-oriented and high-level programming language easy to read, learn and write which use dynamic semantics. That means its data type can be changed during the runtime. By designing Python is seen as readable and user-friendly language. It is a complete object-oriented programming language and pretty easy to use. In the late 1980s, Mr. Guido van Rossum started its development. When Mr. Guido was developing this language, he was watching a show called Monty Python Circus, and while watching this show, he thought of the name of Python and he named this language Python. He did this because he wanted to choose a short and mysterious name for some reason, so he thought of naming it Python only. Till 12 July 2018, Mr. Guido took a responsibility of developing and maintaining Python alone. For a lead developer, this work is very appreciable and really hard. After 2018, Mr. Guido announced his permanent vacation from this role. After this, Python core developer elected a team of 5 persons that will lead Python further. After this long journey of Python development, today Python is one of the most preferred language. Python's development was going on in the 1990s and in 2000 Python 2 was released. After that 2008 Python 3 was launched. Python 3, a utility named 223, was released which will help you convert your Python 2 code to Python 3. Because of Python's popularity after 2008, many people were still using Python 2.7 because they were very comfortable with its syntax, and there were a lot of changes in Python 3 that were completely different from Python 2. Because of learning inertia, developers were not switching to Python 3. Python 2.7 end of life was announced in 2015. That means after this no update will be made for Python 2 and all code development will be of Python 3 only. Python 3.9.2 and 3.8.8 were two of the versions which were developed very quickly because there were some missing security updates in Python, and some vulnerability like remote code execution and web cache poisoning were to resolved in previous versions. So these were some amazing facts related to Python. Now let's come to the language and let's quickly see the syntax of Python. To write comment in Python, you just need to use hash symbol and triple quotes. After that, whatever you write in that single line is treated as a comment and it won't be treated as a Python code, and whatever you write inside it will be comment out. That means it won't be parsed and executed. There is a function called Python which is used to print a string, number and variable. Print syntax is written like this in Python 3, and you can print anything, your name, a float or object. In Python you can use arithmetic operators like this that will help you add, subtract, multiply or divide. To declare a variable you can simplify, use variable is equal to value. If the value is string, use single or double quotes, and triple quotes can be used for multiple strings. You can store a number like this and a float like this. You can also change the data type of variable after declaring it. To store a value more than one, you can use list. It is a collection of data. List syntax is written within a square bracket like this. List can be changed anytime. In it you can append value. There is one more data type like list Python, but you can't change it. Tuple data type is known as tuple. You can write a tuple like this. Tuple are immutable. Its value are separated by comma inside two parentheses. To write a tuple within one value, you need to put an extra comma. If I write this, then it will make a tuple. We can use dictionary to store a key value pair. Python seems as a readable language and a user-friendly language for developer and beginner, and the dictionary in Python is like a real Oxford dictionary where you look for key value pair. Keys are the words and the meaning is the value. In Python also you can create a dictionary like this. Its syntax could be written like this with the help of curly braces, and you can write the key value pair like this. Then to access the key value pair you can use this syntax. Python has one more collection called set. The main feature of set is that you can't have a duplicate values in it. You can initialize a set like this, and if you type 1, then 2, then 3 and 9, then your set would look like this. But if I insert 1 again, then your set value won't change because this set already has a 1. If I use list, I would have gotten repeated values, but set help us when we want to restrict repeated values. Like that, you can use none value to represent nothing. Boolean values can be used to store true and false. If your variable has a true or false values, you can write like this. In Python, we have if-else syntax like this. You can write if-else like this, and you can need to write a condition which will be evaluated to true or false. If it is true, it will go in if, and if it is false, it will go to else, or it will check the condition of elif. If you want to make function in Python, you use diff keyword like this. In function, you may return a value. If nothing is returned, then none is returned. This is the same none which we learned about earlier in the video. The most beautiful thing about Python is module. Many people have a lot of code in Python which you can use by importing it, and you will import this code in form of a module. We have this syntax for importing in Python. These modules are two types: built-in and external modules. Built-in modules are already there in Python. You don't need to download it, but the external modules need to be installed from pip or any other tools, so that you can use the code from someone else in your computer. And Python script, this code is formatted as classes and function. When you will be advanced in Python, you may make your own modules and publish it also, so that other can use it. Python is an object-oriented programming language. That means you can use classes and object, and also use object-oriented paradigm. Object-oriented programming means that you can make object from a class, which is a blueprint. Take a empty from a class, then I will take a individually filled form as an object format from this class. You can make your own custom classes and inherit already defined classes to change our class. You can do all this work in Python. Awesome and easy to use syntax brief on Python. So that is for today. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe my channel.